Tanisha.
Hi, JG. How are you?
I'm good. We're live.
We are
I was
live.
so guess what I was doing this morning.
What? What?
I was trolling somebody. So there was this thing that came across Facebook, my Facebook page, and
Mm-hmm.
they're paying black men $75 to wonder why they didn't vote for Kamala. And some of the comments I saw was very atrocious. So I had to troll them. I had put down like, "Hey, all of them need to be brought to a river, just thrown in the river." And they're just house Negroes. So of course
Mm.
I don't know if I got any feedback yet from people, but some of these folks, man, talking about she pushing this agenda, she doing this, that, and they're fine with the president in that's in there now. I'm like, yeah, y'all some house Negroes for real.
Oh, so these were people who look like me and you saying this.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you didn't say. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
said,
wait a minute
yeah.
though.
So
Who's paying the $75? Is it MAGA?
some I don't think it's MAGA, but some organization that's paying $75. And then
Oh,
one
that's
person
so
was like, "I
crazy.
didn't vote. Do I count?" And then there was a
No.
hostile. Oh, yeah, exactly, exactly. And then somebody was like, "I'm native, so it doesn't matter either way. We fought." I'm like, dude, you gotta have a better. Come on, nobody comes into your territory fucking with you, which I'm glad they don't. But we the ones that got to live outside of your territory getting fucked with. Like seriously.
Right. And what kind of defense is that? Talking about I'm native, so it doesn't matter. No, it
Yeah,
matters.
it
It
matters.
matters. Oh
Now,
my
when they start,
goodness.
see, the thing is, the thing that we always talk about, the fuck around and find out, and they're finding out, right?
Right.
Because they keep fucking around. So every
Exactly.
day they're gonna find out something new. So when you are so using your ethnicity as a reason or your nationality because they are Native Americans,
Mm-hmm.
um, it disallows everyone else to kind of like to say to defend you because it's like when you using that and they decide to start messing with you, and then you're gonna come, hey, how come your people's just gonna be like, hey, how come y'all not helping us? And that one person that equals out to the minority of everybody is going to be the remembrance of remember y'all native. It don't fuck with you both ways. And that's not how we want to be because the Native Americans, they helped us way back in the days when ancestors used to run away, runaway slaves and stuff like that. So we're here to help them, but we're not here to help those are just ignorant and stubborn and stupid.
This is true. Now you said F around and find out. Speaking of F around and
Hmm.
find out, why don't we start today's show talking about an epic F around and find out.
How
Okay?
epic? How epic?
I think it's pretty epic because
Can can
folks did not
can I
vote their wage or their immigration status.
can I do
Okay?
the movie guy voice? Can I do the movie guy voice if it's epic?
Please do.
Let me try. Here in the world where you fuck around and you find out the truth about how dumb your ass is, and fuck around and find out. Coming to a
Exactly.
state near you. Bam. Let's go.
Exactly. Here we go. Let's talk about this, okay?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Is it coming
Detained
up?
by ICE. hmm She was applying for citizenship or she was in the process of it. But yeah, they detained her. And then for days, he had no idea what had happened to her. Yeah. And then I guess she got her phone call and she reached out to him. And that's when he found out that she was detained by ICE and she's somewhere in Louisiana. This them child. Don't they look happy? Happy and love. He's a single father, and so his son has pretty much adopted her as his mother, and the son is going through it, the husband is going through it, she's going through it, sleeping on the floor in a cell out there in Louisiana. She don't know what's going on. She ain't going before no judge. She ain't seen no lawyer. And now, of course, he voted for Trump. Now he's mad with Trump. Why you mad with Trump? Trump told you he was going to do this. None of this should have been a shocker to you. Trump told you that he was going to do the biggest mass deportation that this country has ever seen, and that it could be get bloody. So yeah, and then all over the news, it was being suggested for people to not leave the country if you are not a United States citizen, because you may have some problems getting back in. Not only will you not get back in, you might get arrested. But now he's mad with Trump. See, it was all fun and games during the campaign. All of the nasty, the vile talk that was surrounding deportations. Remember at the RNC, they all were holding up their signs, mass deportation now. Remember that? It was all fun and games then. And it was especially funny because you thought that it was going to happen to other people. I don't know what y'all thought. Y'all thought that y'all vote was really going to exclude y'all from the heinousness, the vileness, and the violence of Donald Trump's presidency.
So, what do you think? What do you think?
You hear me?
I hear you.
You heard me?
Tell us how you hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Just like that.
Just like
You
that.
want to know how I feel? Just like that, baby. What? In the mortal words of Ric Flair, what? That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. You know how Rick used to be like, woo, and he would go around the ring, you know.
Yes. That's how I feel. No fucks at all.
It's crazy how people do not think that their husband's vote or whatever is going to affect them. Like, you know what this man was for, and you voted
I hope
for him
his son
anyway.
don't like his ass.
His what now?
I hope his son be like, disown his ass, like, my dumb ass daddy voted for Trump and now I'm gone.
I mean, it's crazy that the amount of just not thinking things through, right? Because I don't understand what sense it makes. It doesn't make sense.
You remember in Rosewood? You remember the movie Rosewood?
I do.
And the scene where that dad and his son, right, after they did all that damage and all that murdering and all that stuff, and the son gets the dad and son gets home, and his son is packed up to go. He's like, "Where you going, boy?" And he said, "Dad, far away from you." The son realized how hateful and mean, and he saw his father kill people that was his friends, people that he had some kind of connection with, although they were black, and he realized that's not who he wants to be. I'm speaking for the son of that situation. Your dad is hateful, mean, and spiteful, and dumb. And you have a choice. If your mama's around and she's not like that, you leave your mama, you leave your daddy, and go and live with your mama. You go somewhere, you disown your father, because in the immortal words of Nelson Mandela, children aren't born hating each other. Children are taught to hate one another.
Indeed, they are. Indeed. And you mentioned the movie Rosewood, and what always got me was a scene in which the woman, I don't remember her name, she was the character's name. She was an older black woman, and some of the one guy. Which one? I don't know.
Esther Rowe, the actual name of the actress.
Yeah, I don't remember she was in that movie. I totally forgot, but I remember the scene. And the scene showed that there were people in the town that she raised, right, because we know Black women were wet nurses. They nursed babies, all of that stuff. Took care of children and couldn't take care of their own, right?
Correct.
Were basically forced to. And
for
so
pay,
when you look
obviously for pay,
right, for
but
pay, but it was also
yes,
but it was also they would take women, right, and they would in some cases impregnate them just so they would have someone to nurse their children, or their own babies would suffer, right, so that their babies could be fed. But when you look at that movie, it's such an iconic movie. I think we need to make sure people start, watching that movie again. It's a classic. It's a classic for sure. Let's see. Let's talk about what your boy is doing, right?
Who my boy?
Your boy Trumpy. Your boy Trumpy.
Dumb Trump.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all hashtag that. Dump Trump.
Exactly. Hashtag it. So this is what's going on. He met with Putin, right? And now they're talking about a potential ceasefire in the war. Hold on 1 second. Let me bring this up.
Military aid and intelligence and end military mobilization. Mr. Putin did say, however, he was willing to pause attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, but 80% of it has already been destroyed by Russian bombs. This evening, President Zelensky said it's clear Russia isn't ready to end this war. The whole game is to weaken Ukraine. We'll be live in Kyiv, but first, Sarah Smith has our top story from Washington.
Ukrainian forces carried on training to take on their Russian invaders today. A permanent peace deal still seems a long way off. A good and productive conversation, said Mr. Trump. Disappointing or underwhelming might be more accurate, as he failed to negotiate a full 30-day halt in the fighting. He posted on social media, "We agreed to an immediate ceasefire on all energy and infrastructure, with an understanding that we will be working quickly to have a complete ceasefire and ultimately an end to this very horrible war between Russia and Ukraine." Attacks on Ukrainian power plants, this one was bombed in November, caused frequent power cuts across the country.
The video.
I'm sorry.
It was just audio. Was it just audio? Because I didn't see the video, but I'm good. I'm good.
Video, my bad.
No, you're good.
Okay, so yeah. So what do you think?
Once again, I stick to my word and my guns. Now, two things. First things first. Zelensky was nowhere in that meeting with Putin and Trump, so that meeting is just null and void. Number two, Zelensky don't take any deals from Trump because Trump is a con artist and a jackass, because Putin basically just suckered the fuck out of him. Just basically says, I'll ceasefire on the certain concessions and da-da-da. But honest to God truth, the concessions for Putin don't want, remember they bombed Moscow the other day. He don't want his shit to get fucked up, but he want to fuck up Ukraine. So Ukraine, keep fighting. He doesn't. Keep fighting. Keep fucking his shit up. Fuck up his infrastructure the same way he fucked up your infrastructure. Just keep it going. Shit, fuck that motherfucker, man. I'm sorry for that, man. Uninhibited. Fuck that motherfucker. He don't care about y'all. He don't really care about his own people. So at this point, if you can beat Russia and absorb Russia, do it. Do it. I am so sick. I am so sick of hearing them damn Russian Putin. It's not the people in Russia, or it's just him and his backers. Because I'm sure if you ask a lot of people in Russia, they probably just want something better. They had a little taste of democracy, a little taste of freedom, and that got snatched away like that because of this asshole. If they can get rid of him, they would get rid of him and be happy about it.
Right, they can't.
But they can't.
Now, you know what? Funny thing about it, he was full of jokes. I'm gonna pull this up. And watch this.
Which clown was for the jokes?
Putin apparently got jokes.
У вас разговор должен до 18 часов состояться с Дональдом Трампом. Не знаю, насколько он... Работа такая. Ну, не знаю, сейчас надо посмотреть, что на эту фразу скажет Трамп. Может быть, он любит интервью давать, может, уже
Трампа не упоминал.
Не-не-не, он узнает, что у нас
дискуссия.
Sound like he's saying Trump is a jackass, and I just ran all over him. He's the dumb fucker that loved praises, and I just gave him a little praise, and he started giggling like a little girl. That's what it sounded like. Was it?
Yeah. Let me play it again because it didn't quite show. Hold on a second. Let me play it one more time.
It's not showing. You gotta take the other. It's not showing, Tanisha. You gotta take the people off the screen.
It's showing now. Can you see it?
No, not on my end.
So let's, I can see it in my end. We'll pull it off though. So, yeah. So he's got jokes about Trump apparently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a few jokes. That's Trump's boy. So what can we say? That's Trump's boy.
Trump is a jackass. We all know that. Everybody in the world knows that. He likes praises.
Right. You're right. We all know that he loves it. He loves to be praised. Absolutely. He loves it.
That's why he doing half the shit he doing. Because on True Social, he read those comments, or it's get read back to him, or the AI reads it back to him, however it goes. Right. Hail Trump. So his ego is like ballooned.
Yeah, this man's ego is insane. It really is.
Yes.
His ego is incredible.
When you got some worshiping jackasses, that's what happens.
This is true. We know this to be fact. We know this to be true. I mean, every day is always something, right?
Yes.
Every day is something. So let's keep it moving. Let's get a little bit lighter, right? We talk about Trump. We're supposed to technically deal with him tomorrow because we got Trump Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're not going to go too much in on him today. We'll save some of it for tomorrow. But what we can talk about is some drama with the Breakfast Club, right? There's a little bit of drama, and let's talk about it.
Cheers. Are we gonna get them papers?
You know what to do, Chick. So look at Chick Smooth. Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Talk about a grand opening, grand closing. They'll love you today and hate you tomorrow. Now, it feels like it was just yesterday when everybody was hyping up Jess Hilarious to replace Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club. Before Jess got the job, The Breakfast Club was rotating a bunch of different hosts, Jason Lee, Claudia Jordan, and a couple other people. Jess Hilarious was one of the standouts, and people actually wanted her on the show. Fast forward a whole year later, and everybody wants Jess of The Breakfast Club. Ever since they brought in Lauren after Jess got pregnant, Lauren was able to capture the heart of the Breakfast Club fans. She used to work at TMZ, so obviously she's got a strong background in journalism. She's very eloquent when she speaks. She's also drama-free and makes sure she gets all her info correct before she reports them. And let's keep it real, she's not as problematic as Jess. Fans started to notice Jess becoming more and more hostile towards Lauren. There'd be times when Lauren would be speaking and Jess would just flat out tell her to shut up.
Hold up, be quiet. How everybody?
Now also, on top of the fact that Jess was missing a lot of days from work, not only does she have a newborn baby at home, but she's also got her own comedy career as well. Not only did fans notice that Lauren was a little bit better than Jess at the job up at the Breakfast Club, but you also had media personalities influencers like DJ Academics and also Corey Holcomb going at Jess Hilarious and clowning her for not measuring up to Lauren. After Corey spoke on her today, Jess decided enough was enough. She went on Instagram Live to address everything that's going on up at the Breakfast Club, including her tension with Lauren. Now, I'm gonna play that clip shortly for you guys, but this is kind of crazy. If you're going to do media or you're going to be a personality, you gotta know that people are going to critique you if you're not on your A game. Your job is to make sure that those critiques do not actually affect you. And most importantly, you definitely don't go on Instagram Live to expose the behind the scenes beef between you and your co-host. Here's a video you guys get in the comments below. This is absolutely nuts. What do you guys make of Jess finally addressing everything and everybody? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay, got it. Now.
Okay, so what are you thinking? I'm thinking some of this is manufactured drama. What are you thinking?
The Breakfast Club was the Breakfast Club before Jess was there, and it's going to be the Breakfast Club after Jess leaves. So how I feel about the situation is plain and simple. If it's beef, unnecessary beef, then she's going to be out of a job real soon. If it's manufactured beef, then the rating's going to boost up. So it's all about who's controlling and pulling the strings here. So, honest to God truth, it is what it is. I mean, Angela Yee is a radio personality. I don't know if she came from a journalistic background. And if she did, then that makes sense why she was good at what she does and why she got her own show right now, right? So she's headlining her own show. Jess Hilarious, I don't know her educational background. I just know she's a comedian and online personality. So I don't know what her strengths is. Is she a journalist? If she's not, then it's like you got to be on your A game. If you're going to take the comedic role, take the comedic role. Make the show have that diversity and let the three journalists speak, do what they do. But if you're going to take you want to be a journalist role, then I don't like Academic, and I don't agree with everything Corey Holcomb say. But I would agree with Corey Holcomb way more than Academic, number one. So be on your A game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the rumor is that she's already quit, and this is just drama. There was a clip, and the reason why I say some of the maybe drama, because in doing the research for this show, I saw a clip from the Breakfast Club talking about the beef. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What's really going on here? I do think, as you mentioned, Corey Holcomb and DJ Academics, they don't need to speak on anybody but worry about their respective situations, right? Especially DJ Academic.
Who's not even a damn DJ.
He's not a DJ. He's been doing some questionable stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So he got some things he needs to worry about. Corey, I'm not even going to talk about how he can be ashy many times. But, I get it. You have people who speak out and that drums it up. So that's why I'm like, all y'all get a check. What's going on here, really? For real.
What it is Jess Hilarious just might be more of an entrepreneur than she is to work for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
She might be astute to her own shit, like her own brand, her own stuff, versus working for, yes, it's a consistent check, but at the same time, you have content out there that's getting thousands of views. If you got to go back and hustle and grind and build up a brand and know what you want to do, you can do it. she literally can do it because she still has her own following. If she wants to do a Breakfast Club type of podcast on like how we doing, she can do it and have the viewers. It might be a slow pickup. She might start with 1,000 viewers or whatever her numbers might be, but she owns and control it. She owns and control it. I think she came back too fast from her maternity leave. Also.
Okay. That could be true. But you know how it is, though. You got that slot open. You either take it or you don't. But I do think Jess doesn't need the Breakfast Club, right? Like you said,
yes,
she has her own audience. And not saying Angela Yee needed the Breakfast Club, but it's apples and oranges comparison, right?
Clearly she don't need them.
Yeah, she can go on tour. She's got her own individual thing. It wasn't like the Breakfast Club boosted. I mean, she already had her name out there.
Yes.
Right? She already had her own following, her own audience. And that's what probably attracted her to the Breakfast Club, right?
And she had she was quick-witted when it came to her snapbacks with Charlemagne, and then DJ Envy, kind of like the let's say the big brother of the show. But she had a snapbacks on certain things. So she was able to keep up with the boys in that way. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, if this other woman is a journalist, let her play her role. Right. You don't have to prove anything to nobody that you're intelligent and all this stuff. When you start manufacturing intelligence, you come off being arrogant.
Right.
So you have to do your research. You have to do your work. You have to do the things that make you more prepared if you're not trying to just be the comedic role. And it's okay to say, okay, you know what? I could add my 2 cents. Let her speak. Let her do her thing. Let her shine. Because that's what she's trying to do too. In her own way.
Right.
She's probably looking at the Breakfast Club as a holdover to get back to TV because she came from TMZ. And I know the Breakfast Club is on TV, but she's trying to get to where she can be at a different level. You're trying to be at a different level too. So work together, not against each other. It don't make no sense.
This is true. This is why I'm also wondering again if this is just manufactured drama. Everybody got their own thing behind the scenes, contract signed, whatever, right?
Yes.
It might just be a ratings ploy. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows if it's a ratings ploy or not? But one thing I think that also might be a ratings ploy is something that Kanye is doing, and Kanye, right? He's trying to do. Let's talk about Kanye. Yeezy. What's his name?
Kanye.
Yeah.
Hey, Kanye. Bernie Mac. But go ahead.
Bernie Mac, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Thank you so much for just taking care of my kids, man.
Absolutely. I love you so much, man.
Kanye West dropping a new track, seemingly featuring disgraced rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
I'm not even focused on problems. That's how I change them.
Ye sharing and then deleting the song Lonely Road Still Go to Sunshine X. Found to be a recorded phone call between Diddy and Kanye.
Thank you so much for just taking care of my kids, man. Ain't nobody reach out to them. Ain't nobody call them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? That meant so much. You know what I'm saying? That you reached out to them. Got the money.
Stop it there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to stop it there.
Much,
all right.
Yeah, sorry about those technical difficulties, but the gist of it is that Kanye released this track with his daughter, North, right? And as soon as he released it, he deleted it. So I have no idea. What are your thoughts on it?
All right. My thoughts on it is like this. Who the hell is that lady called Sean Diddy Combs disgraced?
He is disgraced.
Who is she in the hip hop? Hold on. Who the fuck is she to say that? Let us say that. She don't say that. That's all I'm gonna say. But as far as what's going on, I don't care if Ye does a song with Diddy, to be honest with you. Because sometimes Diddy ain't do nothing to that man's daughter. And if he chooses as a father to do a song with Sean Diddy Combs with his daughter, who Diddy is locked up, so he's not in no room, and we don't know that Diddy has smashed any 14 or 12-year-old girls. All we know that these were grown women that he has allegations against. So
no, he's got allegations against young girls. He's got allegations against young girls.
I said, as far as I know, I don't know the whole story. So if he does, and the point I'm trying to make is this: what Kanye chooses to do professionally is Kanye's business. If he wants to make a song with Diddy and North is on the track at his studio in front of him, protected by him, it's all good with me. But it's not like a situation where it's an R. Kelly situation where she's at the studio with R. Kelly by herself. Now that's a different situation. How people need to get off the fact that this man still has a career. They both still have a career, whether he's in jail right now or not. He still has a career. So at the end of the day, good for them. Good for both of them. Be honest with you.
To me, he has Diddy is still obviously an artist. I think it's an extremely bad look. It's an extremely bad look. That's something
for who?
That it's an extremely bad look for you to have your daughter on a track with someone who is accused of the crimes that he's accused of. Because you can easily say, you know what? Why don't we wait until this until a verdict is reached? This man has so many allegations against. Some of them were involving children at the time. Some of them were involving obviously grown women, grown men. It is from a PR perspective, from a parent perspective, no.
Kanye answers to nobody. Okay, so when our opinion, and when I say our, not just me and you, the people, he gives two shits or fucks about our opinion. He answers to nobody. Diddy answers to nobody. And the reason why it doesn't affect neither one of them, because they don't answer to anybody that's like, yo, you shouldn't put out that record, you shouldn't do this. No, that is the glory. That's the glory of their situation, Tanisha, because they have control of their own careers.
No, it's problematic.
The problem is too much power.
Well, it's too much power, and the problem is they answer to nobody. They answer to nobody. The fact that a person with allegations, I'm talking about Puffy, and also Kanye. Remember, this is a Confederate flag wearing Kanye, the pro-slavery Kanye. So that is part of the problem, that some of these people in this industry don't answer to anybody. There's no accountability. There are no repercussions.
I'm listening.
So that could be part of the problem.
Is the problem that they have no repercussions, or the problem is you can't control what they do or say?
I think
I'm not talking about the people that's having an issue with it.
I think it kind of goes both ways. Kanye, in some levels, displays some symptoms of mental illness, right? So we don't know which trick bag he's coming out of and on which day, right? I do want to find out, and we'll do a follow-up. What does Kim think about it? Because that's her child too. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with this. But I don't think that unchecked accountability and the ability we know freedom of speech is not free. There are consequences and repercussions. So let's get anything else you want to add, JG? Let's get on to the next story. We're kind of going to go back a little bit to politics again and talking about what Trump is doing in terms of who are the latest people to be let go in that particular administration.
White House official and a second source.
Breaking news on the FTC. Megan Cassell's got the details. Megan.
Melissa, we are just learning, and I can cite this to a White House official and a second source, that President Donald Trump has fired both Democratic commissioners on the FTC. That means that just two Republican commissioners are operating on the FTC at this point. We have no further details at this point, but the two Democratic commissioners, that's Rebecca Slaughter, who was appointed during President Trump's first term in 2018, and Alvaro Bedoya, who was appointed during President Biden's term in 2021. Both of them are now out of a job. We will continue to watch this, and we expect more background and more statements to come in shortly. For now, we know Trump has fired both of those officials, leaving just two commissioners, Melissa, left on the FTC at the moment.
Okay, so he's getting rid of people left and right.
Yes.
Americans have no consumer protections, right? FTC is the Federal Trade Commission. Like, all of that institutional knowledge, all of the protections that we as taxpayers pay for, is gone.
Yes.
Hold your wallets, hold your bank accounts, hold your credit cards, because it's a free-for-all.
I'm not surprised at all. This man is who he is. He's a racist, bigot, puppet, a jackass. Sorry to those two guys that lost their jobs. And we just got, what we said, 700 days and counting. Go backwards. We got to put a new House, a new Senate, and we got to cripple Trump politically. That's all we got. That's all that can be said and done. We need to put pressure on the Democrats to start doing something. Start taking actions that show that you're trying, instead of bending over and getting slapped in the ass with a paddle board or some shit. But just start fucking doing something. That's it.
And that's what I was going to ask you, Jay. Do you think that are Dems doing enough?
It all depends on which direction you're pointing at. If you're pointing at, are they trying to shut down the government? Did they do enough to shut down the government? No. Are they communicating? Are they upholding the Constitution, acting accordingly? Yes. Are they trying? Do they have enough power to stop any votes XYZ? Because they need X amount of votes to go through to stop whatever that needs to be passed. No. Why I say no? Because when you have people that cower to what they think might happen versus just letting it happen, then you're not trying. You're just fabricating or covering up or putting band-aids on something that is going to fucking happen whether you like it or not. And the main thing is protection, prevention. Prevention is the key. Prevent us from going back into fucking slavery, which we're going to fight for that motherfucker. Prevent us from going back into Jim Crow, because you're going to find out today how black people really roll today. Prevent America from going into a free fall of tyranny. Do those things, and then we can have a conversation with them saying, like, okay, have y'all done enough?
Yeah, he's trying to take us back to like 1825, right?
I can't say what I want to say.
It doesn't.
And I'm not going to say what I want to say. I don't want FBI knocking on my door, okay? I don't have money to get my ass out of the predicament, so I ain't saying what I want to say. What I would like to say, all I'm going to say is, bitch can try.
Right. Yeah. He seems like he's trying on all different fronts, though. Him and Elon are trying on all different fronts. So
they're trying.
They're trying. They're definitely trying. So we're going to keep, watching what happens with the administration. We're going to keep watching with what happens with those thousands, tens of thousands of federal employees who were recently reinstated, right? We talked about that on the show the other day, right?
Yes.
That these were illegal firings. You never know. These two may also be classified the same.
Tanisha, you know what? Hold on. You know what? We're overworking ourselves. I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking the worst. You know what? Biden put in Trump-proof lawyers. Not lawyers, sorry. Judges.
Judges. He did. He did.
He did. So
he did.
I'm not stressing on that part. We good.
Yeah, I think that the one thing I think that Biden does need to get credit for is that exactly what you said. He knew what was going to happen, and him and his staff were like, hold on, we're going to put people in place to block some of these things that we know this man is going to do. So shout out to definitely the Biden administration for doing that. He gets a lot of criticism, but in terms of, how the whole election controversy happened and all of that stuff. But I think he put the team in place so that it would at least be some kind of checks and balances, because this man basically is going unchecked. He's going unchecked. So
and he knew that. President Biden knew that the Republicans were too chicken shit. So shout out, definitely big shout out to President Biden for playing chess while Trump was playing his checkers.
Exactly.
And the Dems was playing checkers, because Biden was playing chess the whole time.
Absolutely. It's like we got to give him credit on that one, because this could be a whole lot worse. Imagine if that judge were not there to block some of these things, right?
Judges.
You're right. Judges. You're right.
And remember what we spoke of. You know what? We got to give black people hope. Remember we spoke on this yesterday. I said the strategy is what's with the Supreme Court justices who gave Trump the keys, right? And Trump is now attacking these justices. I said if the Dems are smart, they make their play through the court the way they need to make their play through the court, because they have to challenge that judgment. The Supreme Court can rule one way or another, but it can rule it in a different way in different wording. We know 45, 47 ain't intelligent to understand those wordings. So that's all they got to do. Just keep outsmarting him, and we'll get to a point where we could say, good riddance.
Exactly. It'll be good to get to that point, right? It'll be good to get to that point. We're closely watching what folks are doing, what our politicians that we put in office are doing. Midterms are coming. That's all I'll say. Midterms are coming, and we need to vote according to what people are actually doing and not what they are saying.
You got to come over here and vote, because if he's trying to destroy the post office so that people can't do out of country and absentee ballots. So you're gonna have to come over here and vote.
Yeah, because typically how I would do it would, get the ballot and vote. You can do it. You can register it online. You get the ballot online, and then you need to print it out and take it to the embassy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's recorded, or I don't know if they've got to mail it. But you're right. It's so much drama with all of this. It's a better look for me just to actually be in the States and vote.
Yes.
To be in Georgia and vote in my district.
Yes.
So
it'll be wiser for you to do that. So make sure you do that, okay?
Absolutely.
And for those of you who are out of the country, please take the time to come back, because this is how we can win. We need state right now. Everybody's like, "Where's Kamala? Where's Kamala?" No, we need Stacey Abrams on the national level. Fuck that shit. The way that woman organized Georgia, she could organize the United States. She is super intelligent, very underrated. That's who we need right now to start speaking. If I could reach out to her, I'll reach out to Stacey and say, please step up. You that chick. They don't know it yet, but you that chick.
Yeah, I guess getting ready for 2028, right? So what exactly is going to happen? Who is going to be at the helm? Those
2026 and 2028.
28.
What I'm saying we need her for 2026. We need her for 2026.
2028.
And then 2028, we need each other. We need that guidance. Everybody needs to understand that them little house Negroes over there that want to sit there and talk about how Kamala's this and that, let their ass stay over there. Let them fall where they need to fall. But for those of us who sees and knows and understands what's going on, stick together. stride together, see the path, and that's it.
I want to see, and one last thing before we go. So I do want to see what happens in terms of if Stacey Abrams is even interested. She ran a very hard campaign, right? I want to know if she's even interested, and she might not be. She might not be
Can
interested.
you look into reaching out to her?
I can definitely look and see if anyone in her camp will reach back out to us. Never know.
Can please?
Absolutely.
Please?
We'll see what happens with that. Maybe she could be, maybe she can be on the show, or maybe a representative. I will definitely look into that.
Okay.
Definitely. All righty. We've reached the end of our show today. Thank you. Anything else you want to add, JG, on our way out?
How you say stay black in French? Stay black.
Wait. What do we say? Restez noir.
Veste noir. Veste noir.
Yes.
Veste noir. Stay black, everybody.
Stay black, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow on the next episode of Today in Black America.
Stay black. The black.